Folks, welcome back. First ever Survivor preview. Typically, we do Survivor recaps, but this episode I think is so big. There's so much at stake. There's so many different moving parts that this warrants a full preview. I went through it all. I broke down the alliance charts. Who's aligned with who trusts who's targeting who was aligned with who before the first tribe swap, even back in the first couple episodes that we forgotten about. Who has what? Who knows who has what? Who? Oh my God. Yeah, who has what, who knows who has what, which is what I struggle with. I think the most is like who knows all this information. We're gonna go through it all, and we're gonna start things off. We're gonna go through the alliance chart. I tried my best at this. I definitely missed some, but we're gonna go through the alliance chart. Everyone who's aligned with everyone. I'll explain it. It's very confusing, especially right away to look at. It's daunting. We'll get through it. I'll explain it. You guys know. You guys trust me. I don't know if that picked up on the audio. The water heater just started making some serious noise. Um, Completely killed my train of thought. Oh, there's one player I think who's at the center of this game right now. There's one man or woman who I think is the biggest player. I think in this first vote, I think they're not so much in the middle of it all, but I guess they are in the middle of it all. They don't have so much power, but they're like a huge swing vote. There may be one all powerful god who decides this. Am I muted? No, I'm not. Who decides this vote? We call that a tease. Uh, And then we're gonna go through a threat level poll. What I think, like everyone on the island, how I think everyone on the island perceives the threat level of every other player, ranking and tiered, 4 tiers. Um, like for example, Mike White would have been 1 when he went out, and Angelina would have been at, I guess, 19 because there was 19 players when she went, and Charlie would have been somewhere in the middle. And then we're gonna go through the power poll. How I think everyone stakes, how everyone fares right now. Stakes, whatever I'm trying to say. How everyone fares right now in the game, and yeah, they're like it's a power ranking. It's like a winner power rank. Because you guys know I've explained this. You've all been here before. Without further ado, I never know how to screen share. Ooh, how does this look? Am I like blocking it? Is it behind me? I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know. I don't. I can't trust it. Going forward, maybe that could be fun. Come on, come on. All right, I want to stop the share. Yeah, boom, just content only. Nope. Screen share. Bang. All right, yeah, that's what we're talking about. No nonsense, no gimmicks. A little bit confusing, but let's get right to it. We'll start. Don't be slow. Don't lag. It's a laptop. Laptops should not lag. Is it going to be slow? If it's going to be slow, then okay. So Christian is, I think, maybe the scariest player in the game. He made the biggest move so far. He's aligned with Emily. He's aligned with Devons. What happened in the first episode. Um, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. They also were with Sari at the start, like pre-merge. I forget what that tribe was called. Sela, Kalo, one of those two. Maybe there's a third, but that was like a 4-person alliance. Suri has that extra vote we can't forget about. I don't know if Suri will go back with them. This should maybe be thoughted because I'm not 100% sure about it, but that's a potential foursome. Suri also, her words, said that she's married to Rizzo. They shared information, idol information, extra vote information. Um, yeah, they're completely unbreakable. I wish I could make this bold. I'm sure I could. Yes. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, they're lockstep. Also, Suri has another, not so much final two because what is big brother, but she made a very strong alliance deal with Ozzy. Her and Ozzy are like that. Ozzy gave her the extra vote. She knows about Ozzy's idol. I would even think that when push comes to shove, she trusts him more than Rizzo. I'm gonna bold up these ones too. Emily and Christian, I feel like can stay at that one. But Christian and Devins, I mean, they're complete dorks. They call themselves like Captain Kirk and Spock. Me. Ozzy is also with Stephanie. I don't think that's anything crazy strong, but they were working together at the end on that last tribe. Ozzy completely forgave Stephanie for turning on him on the Mike White vote. Like he completely was just like, "Yep, that was Christian. As long as you're okay voting out Christian, that's fine." I don't know if he'll remember that going forward, but she was 100% okay with flipping on him and not telling him. Stephanie and Colby are a duo. They were clearly talking on the phone like every day leading up to this. Like when they first got on when they got on the beach together for the first time, they were like, "Did you guys know this is the first time we see each other in 10 years or in 15 years?" Like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, you guys definitely didn't like just talk game nonstop. Colby, oh, Colby is connected to Genevieve. They're an alliance. Or they went to the start. Maybe Stephanie should be in there in the mix on this one. That goes back to the original tribe. That's like it's not an unbreakable bond, but that's like a solid three. And then Colby is with Coach. You can't really tell that's with this square right here. It's really only making it bold so you can see it. I wish it was a circle. But yeah, the Oakbound Warrior and the Tidewalker. I mean, those are. I have a feeling they're gonna go pretty far together. They both trust each other a lot. Joe and Coach. Who's Joe? The something monk. Stonebound. Yeah, Stonebound and the Tidewalker. I mean, Joe was eating out of the palm of Coach's hand. I feel like Coach always has one person who's just like, come here. And that's Joe this year. Coach is with Chrissy, Coach is with Jonathan from the original tribe. Coach has a lot going on. Coach, I think maybe even his scariest or his most important ally is Aubrey. He said he was throwing Aubrey a lifeline when I don't know who embraced who. I think Aubrey embraced him or approached him last episode. But that's like a bridge between, as you can see, there's maybe two sides here. Aubrey is also aligned with Tiff. That's her. They are lockstep right now. And Tiff is with. I had Aubrey in the Tiff D uh Camilla. I had her in there, but no, she hasn't talked to those two. Who knows? But I mean, you basically can throw her in there with these three. But for now, Tiff is with Aubrey. Tiff is with Camilla and D. Tiff has a couple solid relationships. She's in a good spot to fly under the radar. Camilla D. Camilla and D both talk to Rizzo. D, I think, trusts him more. I think maybe this should be solid. I can't make this one. Oh no, I can. When D was like, "Would you be willing to work with the girls?" And he was like, "Oh my god, yes! I only work with girls on my season." Like that was very funny. Rizzo, he was totally queenie out there. And I love Rizzo. I think he clearly does like working with the girls, and he's potentially working with D. He's working with Colby. He's got that. I don't know if I said hit that earlier. They had like a little. It wasn't so much a strategy thing, but it was like a bonding thing. So it's something to keep an eye on. That's why it's dashed. And Rizzo also had a thing with Camilla. If it wouldn't take me like a minute, I would, and it would like you'd be laughing at how long it takes me to make the shape, draw a circle here. But I don't know. I think I can just do it with a line. Anyway, Camilla and Rizzo also had a thing where Rizzo was clearly playing Camilla and Camilla was onto him, but she was like, "It doesn't matter so much for now." So I think that's something to keep an eye on. And those two, Camilla D, Rizzo and Sari did work together to vote out Charlie. So I thought that was worth circling. And as you can see, the line right here that divides this game in half might as well, or it's close enough, but it goes. I had it up top, but I think it goes right through Rizzo the entire game right here. Because the way you see it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people on the top, 7 votes. That leaves 9 votes on the bottom, or 8 votes on the bottom with Rizzo in the middle. Rizzo's with Sari. Rizzo has the idol. Oh, how do I? Rizzo has an idol on his own, so he will probably know both. Who knows Rizzo has an idol? That's a good question. Genevieve does. I think Genevieve might be the only one. Yeah, they're talking about season 49 Rizzo. That was godly when everyone knew. Um, I don't know if everyone knows he has an idol, but he's clearly in the middle. He's got his hands in. He's with Sari. He's with Colby. He's with the girls up here. He could easily link up with the guys over here, even. So he's gonna know a lot. And whichever way he goes, I mean, the top half, the two biggest targets, I think, right now. You know, let's get right to it. The threats. Let me share some screen. I am sharing screen. Oh my god, it's embarrassing. Let's go ahead. Ready? We got the threats. This is the tier four is I'm calling them patio furniture respectfully. You know, let's go back and go over the this part. The let's gonna call them power ups. The advantages. Ozzy, Aubrey, and Rizzo all have idols. I think three is enough. That's not too many. Sari has an extra vote. Colby has lost his vote. Christian has Aubrey's boomerang idol. Genevieve has Rizzo and Ozzy's boomerang idol. Genevieve said she wanted to give Rizzo the boomerang idol, said she could blindside him, which is something that I think is worth mentioning and worth remembering. And I think that she wouldn't have any problem blindsiding Ozzy also. Genevieve's gonna get antsy and want an idol, is what I think. Good for her. But go through the threat levels, and where I think these two blocks, the top and the bottom, who I think they could target. The patio furniture, Chrissy, Tiff, Joe. Tiff made some good connections. Joe and Chrissy are both kind of just coach hanger oners. I guess Tiff should be 15. No, she shouldn't because Joe's like a physical threat. But nobody's keeping their eye on them. These are the sneaky players, the sneaky little bastards. You got Stephanie, Camilla, Genevieve, Devins, Aubrey, D. These these are the kinds of players who are just super dangerous, but they're not doing anything crazy right now. But the second they start to do stuff, all it'll take is someone being like, Aubrey's playing a little too hard, or Devins is running around, or D's being D. Like D's doing the D thing where she like kind of controls everyone like the social game and like everyone just likes her. All it takes is something like that, and everyone will be like, "Oh yeah, we can just vote them out." Um, but these are all like they're not the bigger threats yet. These are the leaders and the legends, like the leaders of the alliances and like the blocks and the tribes, and then like the four legendary players I think in the season, as well as Jonathan, Colby, Coach, Ozzy, Sari, and Jonathan. Again, I think all it'll take is for one of these people to go home is pretty much like just a gun's point to them. I feel like so much of when you're watching Survivor, at least, it's just like you're hoping they don't mention Ozzy. Like once they mention Ozzy, it's like, oh, Ozzy's going home that episode. Like once they mention this person, like with like 15 minutes left, you're just like waiting for them to bring that person's name up. And once like Cerie's name's mentioned, like these are big threats. I'm rambling right now, I'm making no sense. And then these are the top three, the flashy players. That are kind of like running around. Emily, Rizzo, Christian. Christian, I think, is number one with a bullet. Rizzo is he just orchestrated the Charlie blindside. He's telling a lot of people the Billie Eilish idol. Him having an idol is going to start spreading around because Genevieve, I don't know who Genevieve's told. Rizzo told Sari. It might start spreading around, but just the fact that like he's kind of unknown, he's getting very, very, very cocky, which I think is funny. He's dangerous, and Emily's great, but she's like Christian's number two, like his consigliere, and that's a compliment. Like even Angelina said it on one of her exit interviews. Like she's like Emily's just as dangerous as Christian. She's working like the social game, like in the strategy game, like convincing people, and like almost crying when she's convincing people. I think Emily's probably even fake crier. I love Emily. She's crazy entertaining. She's crazy herself. So where does that leave these two blocks? I don't want to call them the north and the south, the top and the bottom of the target. I feel like the top targets Coach or Ozzy. I think Tiff, Camilla, D will like know they know Coach is like running things. Eric in the middle of a lot. He's a big time player, so they'll want to take that out if they work together. And then if the bottom works together, I think they're gonna just go for Christian. They know he doesn't have an idol. Um, they know he's almost just a sitting duck. Does he even have a shot in the dark anymore? He gave it to Ozzy. Um, ah, I can't edit this and make these bolder. But what am I gonna say? Yeah, like Ozzy's gonna tell everyone about Christian. Like Stephanie's going to be in on Christian. Stephanie's with Colby. Colby's with like Christian's an easy guy to sell. He's a crazy evil genius who orchestrated the Mike blindside and got out Angelina as well. Did he orchestrate another blindside at the start? What was that second one? Savannah. No, he didn't. Yeah. So I think it's going to be Christian is going to be the guy up here who's the most in danger, and down here I feel like it's Coach and then also Ozzy or Jonathan, just because it's like pre-game or like individual play. But I do know that they were going for Chrissy, like D, Tiff, and Camilla. Angelina mentioned in one of her interviews that they were going for Chrissy, or Charlie might have, that they were going for Chrissy. It was Charlie that they were going for Chrissy in the pre-merge. Power poll. It's that time. Yeah, I think the game goes through Rizzo, and I think actually between those two, Rizzo is more likely to side with the bottom. That's my take. Rizzo is more likely to sucker in with the old school players. He's like, I'm living my survivor dream, playing with Suri and Colby and Ozzy. And then he's also does the whole like, I can't wait to backstab. Like, I think he's gonna more likely to turn on, just snake the top and side with the bottom, which is kind of lame because then that makes it 10-7, 10-6, 10-5. And I don't think Coach and Aubrey is going to be much. I hope it is. I hope Aubrey can work some magic. They got an idol. They got one idol up here. Let's see what they can do. Does Genevieve try to get Rizzo out right away? I can see Rizzo being the first to go after the merge, actually. He's in the middle. I could see them realizing that, wait, why don't we just vote Rizzo? I kind of like when that comes up in the middle and there's someone in the middle like, wait, why don't we just vote them out? My laptop's making noises I don't like, but I could see Genevieve going for that just to get the idol. Moving on, the power poll. Number 17 in the threat level rankings and number 17 in the power poll, Chrissy. She's allied with Coach. She's been to 0 tribals, and she's a lawn furniture. Not much else to say. Devins, I mean, I don't know why he's so low. He's allies with Christian and Emily. He's got that fake idol at tribal. He was on the wrong side of the Rizzo Charlie, and he did have the dust up with Joe. I think in episode 2. So he's someone who they could just very easily be like, wait, I don't just about Devins. Devins is the kind of guy where once his name is thrown out, he's an easy sell. Especially because he doesn't have the idol yet. There's no, there's going to be a merge idol. I would assume there's going to be that 4th idol. We will see, but I don't know why he's so low. He's just, I want a little. His tribe won the last 2. He wasn't on the right side of the vote. He was left out of the last vote. We haven't got a lot of Devin screen time. Maybe he should be higher. I think just the fact that he's with Christian and Emily, like me, and like he's like Devin is a dangerous entity himself. I don't know why he's so low. I'm the guy who made it. 15 Tiff. She's allies with D, Camilla, and Aubrey. Yeah, she's playing a super slow and steady game. Like she's like laying her roots. She's got her 3 allies. I don't think she's high on anyone's radar, like I've said earlier about her. Yeah, I think she's gonna last till like the final 9. I think she's just gonna even like 5. She's gonna last a while in this game. 14 Christian allies, Emily and Devins. In the middle of a feud with Ozzy. He's got the he's probably the biggest threat in the game, and he has Aubrey's boomerang idol. Could I see him in a world? Actually, yeah, I could see him going for. Why don't we vote Aubrey first? Like it's no guarantee that that top and bottom like conglomerates, those 2 blocks the way I divided them. It's no guarantee, obviously, that they're going to side together like that. And if they don't, I could see him being like, yeah, let's just vote Aubrey, even though he did the whole Godspeed Aubrey Bracco, and I think he wants to vote with her. But if it means he gets the idol, I think he'll be pretty happy about that. Like better than if he doesn't go home and he gets to the idol, I think that'd be a pretty good first tribal for him. And Aubrey's not one of his big allies, but yeah, all the arrows are pointed at him, and I don't think he has much. He's good at the game, so he can last, but his back is up against the wall, buddy. I love him. Camilla's allies are D, Tiff, and potentially Rizzo. Suspicious of Rizzo. Like Tiff, she's just playing like that kind of sneaky, freaky, under the radar game. I like her alignment with Rizzo more than I like Tiff's with Aubrey, I guess. So that's why she's higher. And yeah, she's got a good head on her shoulders. 12, Emily, she's like, obviously, she's in a better place than Christian. She's higher up. And I think everyone has a better perception of her than they do of Christian. She's like I said, she's his consigliere, but she's like, does damage control. I think more. And people like don't blame her as much. So once Christian goes, I think she might be able to fly under the radar and maybe even take credit for the moves if she can get to the final tribal. She's all over the place, but she is in a good spot, I think. Like she's allies with Christian Devons, and also she's got that like on and off again thing with like a Sam and Diane thing with Aussie. People like Emily. People want to work with Emily. People like genuinely want to work with Emily. It seems like. Number 11, Aubrey has the idol. Allies with Tiff, and I suppose you can throw Jean Camilla in there as well. She's got that duel with Genevieve. She's in the midst of. I don't know what. It's the individual game. I don't think Genevieve's forgotten about her. There's a chance that bottom alliance, like the coach, Colby, Genevieve block, like the old school block, goes for Robbie. They just say like she has the idol. I think everyone knows I think people know she has the idol at this point. And they're like, we wanted to get her off from the start. We haven't really had a chance yet. Let's just do it now. Like this is the first chance we have. She's sneaky. She'll sneak by. Aubrey has a good chance of going first. But if she can sneak by, she's in a good spot. If she can sneak by these first two triangles, she's in a good spot. D, number 10. Her allies are Tiff, Camilla, and Rizzo. She just flipped on her old tribe, like Jonathan and Kala, but she was never really with them. I don't know why I included that. She's playing a really good game. She's like friggin' good at this game. Um, yeah, she kind of led that. No, she didn't lead that Charlie move, but she played it super well. I'm curious if she's willing to work with Suri. She voted with her long term. She voted with Suri in the Charlie vote, but she said the first merge episode. This is to Jonathan, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think some of it she said in a confessional as well while talking to Jonathan. She said like, "Oh, a conversation with my best friend." She said, "You can't trust Suri. Everyone trusts Suri." And she's like, "Oh, I love Suri." And she said her friend was like, "That's what everyone says." The big chill, folks. I haven't seen it. But Dean was like, yeah, everyone. She was saying that her friend told her like everyone loves Suri, so you cannot fall for that. And she was saying she was telling herself that. So I wonder how long she's willing to work with Suri. Like if she's willing to like set up an alliance right now at this point of the game. I think that it would be a good idea. I guess in her situation, she shouldn't be too picky. But I think it is the best time to get rid of Suri. She's like seems to be the smartest person when it comes to Suri. Joe's up here because he's going to sail to that third place finish. Joe loves his third place finishes. He's coach's number one. He's had that dust up with Devons, and he is the Stone Bell. He isn't doing much. He's kind of just making the eyes, nodding his head when coach talks, and being the tank in challenges. Number 8, Genevieve. Her allies are Colby and Stephanie. She's dueling with Aubrey. She has 2 boomerangs from Ozzy and Rizzo. She's planning to blindside Rizzo for that idol. I could see her doing it for Ozzy, like I said. She's sneaky and she's freaky. So like once people point her out, I feel like that's um like she's an easy sell, I think. Like, oh, Genevieve. Um but she can win some challenges and she's in a good spot. She's connected to Stephanie, Colby, that whole old school block. That's her bridge there to coach. I'm sure she's been working with Coach while they've been together on that tribe. We just haven't had to see them at all, so there's no reason to. There's like a path for her to work with like Suri, Ozzy, bring in Rizzo. I gave you the idol. But then if Rizzo finds out it's a boomerang, he might want to get rid of it. That would be smart by Rizzo. He's smart enough to do that too. Um, I love Rizzo. Number 7, Genevieve, I guess. Yeah, Genevieve is fine. What the fuck do you want me to say? Maybe Lynn. Number 7, Jonathan, allies with Coach, and I suppose Chrissy, just because they were on that tribe together. Yeah, like they're not like that's at this point. It's like early merge. There's 17 people. He's gonna have to use her as a number. He's likely to join up with the Coach Coley Joe like alpha male group in the old timers. I think he's always said he's an old school player. He's buddies with Boston Rob, so I'm sure Boston Rob's been hooking it up with like Suri and his old school buddies. But he's once he doesn't win one of these individual challenges, he could easily go home. Especially like if he rips off 3 in a row to start, then people start saying the second he doesn't win, he's gone. So if he wins one, he better win the next 14. Otherwise, he could be out of here. That's too bad, but that's the game. Get better at the social game and the alliance. Make an alliance, which I think he could do. I think he could. He seems to be playing more like a kind of a smart game. Nah. No, yeah, he just got blindsided. So how smart is he playing? Who knows? I think he's in a decent spot. Number 6, the Riz God. I mean, come on. He's got the idol. He's allies with Sari. He's allies with Colby. He's allies with D, and maybe even Camilla. He's the Riz God, and he's the center of the game this week. Um, yeah, I think he could really decide it all. I feel like he's going to side with those old schoolers at least this week. Or he could definitely go. He's starting to play a little flashy. He's starting to feel himself. Rizzo's the kind of guy where once he starts to feel himself, I think he actually starts to play better. Like once he starts to get cocky, he was so cocky on his season, and he was so good. So I love it. I love that we're getting we're getting another a whole Riz God ride here. I thought we were gonna lose the Riz God on last Wednesday, but no, he lives to Riz another God because that's who he is. Number 5, Colby. He does not have his vote this week. Am I forgetting like something? Did he actually? Does Colby still not have a vote? Hmm. The AI overview, we're gonna have to trust here. The AI overview, we're gonna have to trust you on this one. He's got no vote. He's allies with Stephanie Coach, Genevieve Rizzo. He is on the injury report. He's dinked up. He's tweaked his knee, or was it his foot? He's on 100%. I think he's in a really good spot, the Oakbound Warrior. Yeah, he's not the biggest physical threat. Obviously, he's like fifth or sixth even, and he's with Coach. He's with Stephanie. He's going to be able to, I think, work with Sari and Ozzy pretty easily, and like Joe and Jonathan. I think he's in a great spot. And Rizzo, he's got the Rizzo connection. Colby could win this thing. Colby could definitely be a little higher. Colby could win this thing. Number 4, Ozzy. He's got the idol. He's allied with Stephanie, Sari, Emily, and he's feuding with Christian. I mean, yeah, like I said, he could go this week, but he's not the biggest physical threat. At least I don't think. So I don't think he's like oh, Ozzy lost immunity this week. We got to get rid of him. But still enough to be a contender. And I think he's going to have enough solid connections, like with Stephanie. He's going to bring him into Colby. He's with Sari. He's got his idol for now. I think right now he's in a great spot to lay the groundwork to have a good merge game. But then final 8 or 9 is when it's like, oh, Ozzy got blindsided, and he's all sad about it. Stephanie, number 3. She's with Colby and Ozzy. She's had a great social game thus far. She's really, I don't know why I'm just reading this when I get to the points. I just came up with that. Yeah, no, like everyone likes her. She's voting with people. Ozzy forgave her, no problem. Nobody's had too much of a problem with her. She flipped on, yeah, like I said, 0 repercussions. Oh my god, I just said exactly what was there, and I actually did pretend that that's something I just came up with. She's a low threat level, but she's still, like I said, she's like connected. Like I've been saying, she's connected to Colby, Colby, Ozzy, Coach. I'm sure she'll have no problem with, and she could really be my winner pick right now. She'll have a great story. She's one of the oldest. It's like she played in one of the oldest seasons, one of the longest returning players. I'm not trying to call her old. You know what I'm saying? Like she played on season 7. Was it 13? Who cares? A lot of days on Survivor. She'll have a good story. She's in a good spot. I like her chances. Number 2, Suri. She's got an extra vote. She's allies of Ozzy and Rizzo, and she's been incredibly under the radar, which for Suri is where she wants to be, and that's where everyone else should be like, wait a second. I haven't even thought about voting Suri in like 3 days. I haven't even thought about turning on her yet. And she's just laughing, having a ball. I usually have set it up. Yeah, I think she's in a great spot. She is with Rizzo. She's maybe with Christian and Devins and Emily. She's maybe with Camilla and D. She's with Ozzy. She's with Rizzo. She could easily join up with Stephanie and Colby. She's in such a good spot. Maybe she should even be 1. But number 1 is Coach. He's with Colby, Joe, Chrissy, and Jonathan. He's the Tidewalker. What else is there to say? Everything is kind of connected to him. He's with Joe, Chrissy. Like I said, all those people, and then those people branch out to everyone else. And he's also got Aubrey should be out of the Allies, and he's been feeling himself so much these last couple weeks. It's been unbelievable. Why did I say it like that? But it's like this is peak Coach. This is what you want when you're getting Coach 5.0. Is it or Coach 4.0? This is what you wanted. He's coming up with his nicknames. We got 17 people in the speech. He's going to be calling Jonathan stuff. He's going to have a nickname for Ozzy, even Suri. 2-hour episode. I was complaining about it earlier, but it's going to be great. I'm excited for it. I don't know who's going to go. Obviously, my guess, Aubrey. But why should I have to guess? My winner pick right now is Stephanie. Or no, I'm going to say Colby. So I have Stephanie in writing and then Colby verbally. How about that one? Uh, oh no, my pick to get voted off this week, I'm going to say Coach. Now I have both. Now I have two for each. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll be back on Wednesday live immediately following the episode to break down what we just saw. It'll be the whole crew. Thanks for watching, folks.